Just talking crypto, Bitcoin Diamond, Monero, and a lot of other crypto stuff.
Interested in Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a very vague concept to a lot of people.
Need to know more about cryptocurrency?
We're going to talk about the basics. This is something that people just have no idea about what crypto is.
How about buying, selling, and mining?
Tony, I think that's one of the things that's going to make us a little different from some other shows.
We're getting our hands dirty.
Then listen to Gary Leland and Tony Sakala, better known as the Crypto Cousins, on the Crypto Cousins podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Crypto Cousins podcast. Gary Leland here.
And this is Tony Sakala.
Welcome to the show. Before we get going, let's do the price of the week. Every week we give you the price just to kind of be an indicator on where this is at. So if someone listens to this show like a year from now, they know where we're at. I think the price-wise helps better than the date-wise.
This week's price.
And today the price is $11,803, up $1,851 since last week's show for an increase of 18.5%. Tony, you were saying that that's almost the same increase we saw the week before.
Percentage-wise, yes, exactly. It's kind of interesting to see how it jumps and then it sits a little bit. And I think that psychologically, people are coming to grips with the idea that, this thing is real. And they're scrambling to get in.
Yeah,
the excuses that people made previously falling flat.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to have faith, especially since it's been announced that there are going to be future tradings on the Chicago Mercantile, on NASDAQ, and I believe there's one more that's going to do futures trading. I think that's going to make a big difference too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think that it would make a difference in that people feel like they can get involved without having to learn the technology, and they can just go and do things that they were familiar with, to just go work with the Chicago Mercantile, all of that sort of thing. But as you know, I'm not that excited about that financial stuff as much as the technology stuff.
Well, I'm excited because I think it brings more people into the world of crypto. For instance, my sister, she called me last week. Mm-hmm. Wanting to know, I saw in the paper you've been talking about this thing called Bitcoin. I saw it was over $10,000. How do I get some? Well, I told her just to go to Coinbase, which is what we use, and I told her to use our affiliate link, which I'll give y'all now, cryptocousins.com/Coinbase. If she uses that link, or if you use that link, you get $10 worth of free Bitcoin when you buy, and so do we. So I told her to use that link. Well, she texted me yesterday going, I can't get it to work. I can't figure it out. It keeps asking for ID, and I let it take pictures of my license, but it won't accept the pictures. And so she's having a hard time with it. Mm-hmm. And I think for techno people, it's really not that hard of a deal. But for someone like my sister, it took me forever just to give her the website address. I mean, it literally took 5 minutes. I finally texted it to her. Mm-hmm.
We're definitely seeing the dark side of the old regime and the new regime coming together. Now, the old regime says sign up with an account and show us your ID. Step up to the plate, get your picture taken. Maybe we'll do a little scan of you and make sure you're not a criminal. And really that's the friction point for me with Coinbase, is that the rest of crypto says, you know what? Here's your wallet. Download some software. And you're a full-time member of the network. All you have to do is follow the software rules. You don't have to have a certain skin color. You don't have to have a certain socioeconomic status. And you don't have to register with the state with your official documents.
Well, I don't know about all this now, especially if you're using Coinbase. I just don't know if all that's true, what you just said.
Well,
the official
Coinbase
documents part is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, no, Coinbase is it's riding the line between old regime and new regime, and that's what they have to do. They signed up to be a member of the financial world, and that's a great way for people to get started. But the libertarians and the hardcore Bitcoiners will say, look, Bitcoin software, just download the software, download the full node, and create yourself a wallet with Bitcoin Core and get started. But as you and I know, that's not an easy task. It took us 2 weeks to download the full node.
That's how long it took just to download.
Yes.
And we didn't do anything with it. We just downloaded it, really. And you're right. It said, what did it say, 2 days? And then 2 days, this will be downloaded. Then 2 weeks later.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties.
Not that slowed it down maybe 4 or 5 hours. So out of the 2 week period. But hey, I got another thing. Just a tidbit of information that I didn't know that about Coinbase that I found interesting. Let's say I had bought a Bitcoin over the weekend, and I told you I kept waiting for it to go down, but it never did, and I had fear of missing out. You know, FOMO.
Buy on the dip, FOMO, all that stuff.
And so I had set a high. If it reaches this price, I have to buy. I can't wait any longer. I can't wait till it hits 20,000. I'm thinking there's got to be a point where you say, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. And I'd set my price. I wanted it to go down to a certain price, but if it went up to this other price, I was going to just give up and buy. And I went to bed, woke up. It was 300 over that price. By the time I went to the bathroom and got my computer, it was 200 more over the price. So just that was the most expensive pee I've ever taken in my life. Cost me $200. I didn't think of that until just now. Going to the bathroom cost me $200 Saturday morning, Tony. Or was it Sunday morning? Anyway, I bought my Bitcoin and I waited. I got it all confirmed. Then I went and made breakfast and came back and I went to put it on my wallet. I was going to download it on my Treasure wallet. And I got a message from Coinbase that I couldn't download the whole thing because it was over $10,000. So I just thought that applied to cash, that you couldn't remove $10,000 worth of cash out of Coinbase. I didn't know it applied to cryptocurrency. So I downloaded what I could, and I went. They had a button to come up that says, you want to increase your limits, press here. So I went to increase my limits, and it asked me, why do I want to have my limits increased? Which I put, because Bitcoin's getting more expensive. I mean, that's the main reason. If it was still $3,400, I wouldn't need to have my limit increase. Then it wanted a copy of my bank statement. Ooh. And it said, this will increase the speed of getting approval, which since that just increased the speed, I didn't mess with that. But then it wanted my LinkedIn page. That's what I thought was interesting.
Ooh. Man.
That's what I thought was interesting. In fact, it wanted my LinkedIn page.
LinkedIn page. I mean, I know you and I are really trying to accept Coinbase for what they are and who they are. And I'm a pretty much a raving crypto anarchist. And so I really take offense to asking someone else for permission to do something with my own, assets.
That's what's happening at Coinbase for the most part. Now I'm curious.
Yeah. Well, they say, no, I can't. I'm not surprised. I mean, that's the point. That's the point of Coinbase, is to sit there and do the work that the man wants, that the system wants. And so that's what crypto is all about. It's about, hey, get your wallet, do what you want with it. Get paid in Bitcoin, get someone else to transfer some Bitcoin to you for doing mowing the lawn or building a computer or painting a house or doing some consulting, whatever, and someone can pay you in crypto. And
you do what you want with it.
Yeah, do what you want with it. It's your money.
Hey, I saw an interesting show the other day. This isn't on our notes, but this guy this was on a business show. He's a major investor in crypto and Bitcoin, millions of dollars. And they were talking to him, aren't you scared? Because he has his money sitting there ready to buy and sell. And they said, aren't you scared you're going to have your money stolen from someone hacking into a exchange? And he said, usually nowadays when they hack into exchange, they aren't going to get all of it, probably, not like Mt. Gox anymore. They're going to get maybe 10% of the money in there if they do get in. So he said what he does is he has like 10 exchanges he uses. And if he's going to buy $1 million worth, he puts in $100,000 at every exchange.
Spreading the risk.
And if someone hacks one, Well, he's going to lose 10% of the 100,000, so he'd lose 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got $1 million sitting there ready to buy, but his risks are really downsized by. Now I know we're not buying millions of dollars worth, but it's the same principle. If you're getting ready to buy $1,000 worth, maybe you want to put 100 in several exchanges. So you don't have the chance of losing all 1,000.
Yeah. So I'm at Kraken and Bittrex, and you have accounts at both of those places.
I just have Kraken right now. I think I set one up at Bittrex, but I haven't used it yet. Mm-hmm. Kraken, I've gone in and exchanged some of our Zcash we mine for Bitcoin, and I'm going to go in there and buy some Monero, I think, later today at Kraken.
Well, that's spreading the risk out, and it's really smart. I think that people right now are still trying to figure out what it means. I was at a party this weekend, and people, really smart people, really lawyers, doctors, people who are in the Air Force, people who teach people how to fly planes. I mean, all kinds of really bright people said, yeah, I've heard of Bitcoin. And I said, yeah, I'm doing a lot in the crypto space. And they go, what's crypto? And I was like, okay, they got the headline, but the details are still vague to a lot of people.
That reminds me of another article I read for Thanksgiving.
What was that?
And it was about the fact that the article was based on the fact that during Thanksgiving, you're going to be around a lot of people who are going to ask, what is Bitcoin? And how to explain it to them. And the first thing it said was, do not say in your first sentence, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. Because that's
I didn't learn that.
Something they don't know with something else they don't know.
They don't know. Oh.
So they said the best way, and what they said was the best way to introduce Bitcoin to people who don't, I think they said to old people, but I think they meant to say to people who don't know what it is. I felt kind of insulted about the old person part since I'm 62, but they said the best way to describe it is say Bitcoin is like a currency in the fact that it has value and like a stock in the fact that it goes up and down. And everybody knows what a currency is and everybody knows what a stock is. And then most people go, oh, okay, to your first sentence instead of going, well, what's cryptocurrency? Another question after your first sentence. So you get them on the right track of discussion.
I really need to read that article because I'm pretty much on the wrong track from the get-go. I kind of jump in with it's, a network, a global network, distributed proof of work, all these computers.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? Yeah. I'm not a crypto guy. And then they go, what'd you just say? But that article was pretty good, and since then that's how I've started my explanation, is using that. Matter of fact, I went to a breakfast the other day to talk about Bitcoin. They invited me to talk. It was like 10 people, and that's how I started out the conversation. And no one stopped me to say, "Well, what's that?" Which I think if I said it's a cryptocurrency, and what you said, someone just said, "Well, I don't know what any of that is," and I'd had another question to answer. So that like I said, that just reminded me of that when you said that. Hey, Tony, I also want to announce it's going live today. It's not 100% done, but heck, it's good enough to get there. We're going to open up worldwide wallets today.
Worldwidewallets.com.
Yes. Now, what we've made is a site. Tony came up with this name, and it's a great name. I wish I could take credit for it because I think it's a good name. Good job on that, Tony.
Thank you. I've got more coming.
More coming. Well, this wallet site is the first site in our network, I'm going to say, of sites that we're building for crypto. And if someone's interested in a wallet and they go, I got to buy a wallet, or I got to have a wallet, or I want a wallet on my phone, or I want a paper wallet, how do I do it? They can go to Worldwide Wallets, and we have a category for paper wallets, for hard wallets, for mobile wallets, for online wallets. We have the major categories, and under each category, we list all the different wallets, companies that make wallets, or I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them. And then you can do your own shopping and due diligence and decide what you want, but it's just an open resource. It's free to everybody. It does have some promotions for the crypto cousins on there, but it's a place that if you run into anyone who's looking for a wallet and they go, hey, Joe, where do I get a wallet? You go, hey, go to worldwidewallets.com. They got all the info there. And then maybe they'll see Crypto Cousins and listen to the show.
Hey, it's a great entry ramp for people because the first thing they need to do is to get a wallet to put their crypto in.
Well, I figured to expose people to the show early, and I'm always one of those ones that you get what you give, so we're giving to the community by building this site. I mean, we've been working on this site for a week and a half. I mean, so it's not like we hadn't put any time into it. And I know there'll be wallets missing. So if someone has a wallet that they love and it's not on the list, send us an email, and we'll see about putting it on the list, because we want it to be a site that's really usable for people.
I think that's where our goal is, really, to help bridge the gap between people who have no idea and people who are just getting started, to learn what is crypto, what is Bitcoin, what is a wallet. And that makes all the difference when people can just kind of go at their leisure, sit back and read through the descriptions and browse the websites. And, it's a great resource. You just click, 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 and you can go from website to website and read about wallet A, wallet B, wallet C. It's really cool.
Hey, have you heard of this app called CoinSeed?
I haven't.
Okay. This is an iPhone app. I don't know if they have an Android version. I downloaded it on my phone. And with this app, you can sync it to your bank, your credit card, your PayPal account. And to give people warning, if you download this app, CoinSeed, and you look and you can't see PayPal or like American Express, you just have to search for it. It doesn't list all the banks, but it's got a search bar. And because I was going, well, where's American Express? That's the one I use most of all, and went in there, but there was a search bar. But when you buy something with your credit card, let's say I go into Albertsons, a grocery store, and I buy $11.22 worth of groceries. It rounds out your purchase. It will add the 78 cents to make it an even $13 instead of $12.88. Or did I say $11.88? I don't know. But it rounds it up to the up a dollar. Then it takes that money, in this case, the 78 cents, and it buys crypto with it.
Oh.
The crypto of your choice. And you can buy I was going to set it up just to buy Ripple. Because that way I'm getting a couple coins every time it rounds up.
Every time you shop. Oh,
yeah,
that's
22
really
cents a
great.
coin. You're getting a couple. If you do it for Bitcoin, oh my gosh, it'd take you forever to get any Bitcoin.
I was concerned you're going to say, at a round up and then it buys you some sort of kitten or something like that.
It's a way to get into Bitcoin.
That's a great way. So you can start, and then it just gets your purchases. Because I'm pretty much selling everything and buying mining equipment. So this kind of goes along with that.
Well, this goes along. It's a way to invest in crypto without having to put a lot of time into it. And it's got portfolios you can buy. You can say, hey, I want to choose this portfolio here, which is 10% Bitcoin, 5% Ethereum. They got different ones you can choose, or you can make your own. I just selected Ripple, like I said, because it's 22 cents a coin. I figured every time I bought something, I'd get at least one coin out the deal. I don't know. That just sounded easy for me to see. So that might be worth investigating. I have not completed setting mine up yet, so I can't tell anyone about it, but I thought that was an interesting app.
That is an interesting app. I'm definitely going to look into it.
And then here's something weird. Have you been seeing this around on the net, CryptoKitties?
CryptoKitties. It's crazy.
You know what the scoop is on this? Because I just found out.
Yeah. Well, I guess my Twitter stream was filled with, jokes about it, because the Ethereum guys created this distributed app that has these CryptoKitties, and it's slowing down the Ethereum network.
It's like 20% of all the smart chain purchases on this Ethereum network.
Well, that's it. It's a surprise. Because kittens took over the internet, now they're going to take over the blockchain.
Someone bought a CryptoKitty, the highest price one sold for over $100,000, Tony.
I saw that.
And all they are online cats that are limited, and you can buy two and breed them and try to get cats with long whiskers or long legs, I guess, or short tails. I mean, I laugh at it, but you know what? We're buying money that's not much different. And we're paying a lot more than $1,000.
Yeah, it's very interesting because the people who can program these things are, they're really creative. They want to see, we put genetic combinations together and, what comes out the other end. So
I had heard of it, but I had not. On the way to the office this morning, I heard a podcast and they were describing it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about CryptoKitties.
Yeah, it's just like social media. We're here taking selfies, but in a third world country where they're having a revolution against the oppressive regime, social media is, saving their entire society. So, that's what social media is. It's just a tool. And that's what cryptocurrency tools are. They're just tools. And so whatever people bring to the table, whatever they're interested in, is what flowers. And so I think we see that here because we have nothing really much to do. We have it's a comfortable society, and we're allowed to we have time and energy to be creative.
Be creative and possibly waste money.
Definitely.
I'm not going to say it is. I said possibly.
Possibly.
Hey, Tony, I have a question. I said this a few minutes ago. I'm going to get into some Monero today. Mm-hmm. You know if there's a hard wallet that accepts Monero? I don't know. If anyone out there listening to our show knows that, either message us or put it on the Facebook group, because I don't want to do a lot of research on this if someone already knows. I know that Treasure doesn't, and I don't think the one you use does. I can't remember the name one you have.
Mine is the Ledger Nano S.
Yeah, I don't think it does either. So
well, we'll have to look that up. We'll have to hope some of our cousins can enlighten us on that.
Yeah. So, hey, also, I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to the podcast. Oh my gosh, the amount of comments and 5-star reviews we have are off the wall. I mean, I've been podcasting since 2004, Tony, and I've never had a podcast grow this quick or get this many 5-star reviews. That's all we got are 5-star reviews. And I want to thank everybody who's doing that for us. I really appreciate it. If you are listening to this podcast, take a second to at least give us a 5-star review and a positive comment. But yeah, it's off the wall, Tony. People are, every time we go somewhere, people go, how do I find that podcast?
We're off the charts.
Guys start grabbing their phones and saying, here, I'll subscribe.
We work for stars, people. So take a moment, give us a rating. I always rate iOS apps that I like, Some of them bug you, like, hey, you boot up the app, and it's like, give us a 5-star review. I'm like, I haven't even used you yet. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But, if you've listened to us, you like us, a 5-star review makes all the difference because it's a real battle to get to the top of the charts.
And if you are listening to this, like, on our website or somewhere else, just go to go to iTunes and subscribe at cryptocousins.com/iTunes. That's a short link there. Or give us a review at least. Or if you're on Android, go to cryptocousins.com/Android. So that's the two ways to get all of our stuff, our short links, cryptocousins.com/something. So like I said, /iTunes or /Android will help you find our show on those devices and subscribe to them. Hey, I also want to mention that Tony and I are not, what are we, Tony? What are we not?
Oh, you love to say this. We're not financial consultants, advisors, whatever the word is.
Hey, we're just two
I know
dudes.
I'm not. I don't even know the name.
Yeah, we're just two dudes talking here about this stuff. You do your own due diligence. You check it out yourself. Don't take our word for it. We're just telling you what we like and what we're doing, and you do whatever you want with it, but do not take our word for it.
We're geeks. We're technology geeks. We love to play with new technology. Gary's been learning about crypto so rapidly. We are both involved in blogging and podcasting and all kinds of other internet things. So when this came out and we really understood the future of it, we jumped in with both feet. We eat, drink, sleep, crypto. Pretty much.
I learned how to use my YouTube on my smart TV because of crypto. Because now all I do is watch YouTube at night about, I'll find a subject like last night I was just watching Monero. The night before I was just watching mining. I mean, I'll pick a subject and all night that's all I watch anymore.
Yeah, you did. You reminded me to do that. I was up until 1 last night watching about mining.
Yeah. Yeah, see, you listen to me and you, bam, next thing you know. Well, Tony, you know what time it is.
I do.
It's time for Crypto Cousins News.
Okay, Tony, what have you got for us?
Well, people hear about Bitcoin and then the very first thing they hear is a Nobel Prize winning pundit on the internet or on the news station say why Bitcoin and crypto is bad. And so the skeptics they've been out for years, and they're always saying certain things about crypto. So what I want to do today is like kind of inoculate people against these memes that people come up with, these ideas that are just trying to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Bitcoin. And these are some of the smartest skeptics in the world. And so Fortune had an article recently entitled, "Here's What the Bitcoin Smartest Skeptics Are Telling Investors." And the first thing they say is, "Oh yeah, we love Bitcoin, but really it's the blockchain."
I hear that all the time.
Oh.
If they ever have a panel on a news show talking about it, one of the experts is going to say, not into Bitcoin, but I love blockchain.
Love the blockchain, which basically is an indication of a fundamental misunderstanding of what is important here. When Satoshi Nakamoto figured out how to solve the double spending problem, it wasn't because he came up with a better MySQL database and called it a blockchain. It was because he figured out a way to have consensus on a network where everyone can contribute proof of work, where everyone can basically confirm the transactions in such a way that no one on the network can cheat. And so in doing so, that proof of work and blockchain go together. It creates this network that you can't cheat. You want to go make your private blockchain in your bank or in your financial institution, go right ahead, but it doesn't have the same features of a global blockchain with proof of work as designated in the Satoshi white paper and as implemented by the Bitcoin core team. And the second is what the fork. So people are like, oh, I like Bitcoin, but it has some things missing. Like we really want it to go faster. We really want to do this thing today, forgetting that the internet didn't start in 1990 and immediately turn into the juggernaut that it is today. It takes time for people to come up with solutions to scale into a global communication network. So people are saying, well, let's just fork Bitcoin and make it better, make it faster, make it have bigger blocks, make it do this, make it do that. And forgetting that you can add to Bitcoin with a Bitcoin improvement protocol. And that's what the responsible people do. They go in and they create an improvement protocol, and software engineers, the brightest on the planet, debate and implement, and they figure out ways to create things like SegWit, which is a way of taking out the bloat from transactions and making more transactions fit in a block, and the Lightning Network, which is a way to create transactions, the transfer of transactions off of the main blockchain, but ultimately become folded into the main blockchain. Lightning Network works, you can imagine, very fast. And the third one, no underlying value. Some people are like, oh, where's the value? And it's like, well, gold, when you dig it out of the ground, has value. Why? Because you spent money on mining equipment to take the gold out, and you like it because it's shiny and it does something. Well, lots of people are mining Bitcoin with mining equipment called GPUs and ASICs, which are very fast computers. And they put in a lot of time and energy, and that is the value of Bitcoin. It is hard, it's scarce, it's hard to mine, and it has incredible utility. And the fourth is that we hear this all the time. It's a tool for criminals. Well, so is cash, so is the internet. Criminal will find, if you're a criminal, you're going to be like, hey, this is a better tool to help me steal money, whatever it might be. A better safecracker, a better piece of software to spy on your people that you want to take money from. I mean, criminals are going to just jump on the latest tool. They're the first ones because they have a incredible return on investment. They're like, oh, let me get this tool and then steal a lot of money. So
that doesn't mean because criminals use it that it's not a good thing.
Exactly. In fact, if criminals use it and pornographers use it, it's probably the next big technology.
You're probably right. Especially the porno business. They are cutting edge technology.
Exactly. They're right on the edge.
And now I can tell you right now, I haven't been to a porno website since I was a little kid, so I'm not into that. I just know that for a fact.
I've read it on the internet about it.
So, those are good
So,
those are good things that you always hear. You do hear those.
well, you hear a lot, especially the forks. It's like, oh, well, Litecoin's better because it's this, and Bitcoin Cash is going to be, Bcash, Bitcoin Gold. It's interesting to read about these things, but to really understand where they're coming from and what are the motivations of the developers. That's the important thing.
So that's pretty good.
Speaking of forks.
That'll be on the, I know we'll put the link to that on the show notes on the site at cryptocousins.com under the podcast section if anyone wants to see the link to that.
Cool.
I'm sorry, what were you going to say, speaking of forks?
Speaking of forks, we were at a meetup this weekend.
Listen to that segue there.
Yeah, you like that?
And I stepped on your segue. I'm so sorry.
I'm learning to become a better podcaster.
Well, that was a pretty good segue there, and I stepped on it. I'm sorry about that. Hey, yeah, I had mentioned in the Crypto Cousins group on Facebook, and if you're not into the group, you really need to join. We have a lot of great people there talking. It's so helpful. There's no spam there. It's a really great group. But on Facebook, I put in there, because I didn't know about it, that there had been a fork in Bitcoin for Bitcoin Diamond. I didn't know that Bitcoin Diamond, and that fork has already happened. And matter of fact, Binance wallet already has Diamond in the wallets. People who have their money in that online wallet can already get their Bitcoin Diamond. And it was 10x. If you own one Bitcoin, you got 10 Bitcoin Diamonds.
That's pretty cool. So there's not only is there an airdrop, there was a 10x airdrop. That's what people call it.
And instead of making 21 million Diamond like there is Bitcoin, they did 210 million. So that's why everybody got 10x.
10x. Cool.
And I don't know what the value is, but I had put that in the group that had come out, and everybody was like me. They were going, I didn't know this. People were even going, I'm pretty up on this stuff, and I didn't even know about this. So Bojan Basikov, I know I'm messing up. I'm going to say Bohan Basikov. Bohan. I'm going with Bohan for the first name.
Bosikov.
And I think he's our new moderator from, oh, gosh, I can't believe I can't think of it.
Macedonia, yes.
He's our new Facebook group moderator. We have from Macedonia, we have from India, we have from Canada. We're covering the world, Tony.
It feels really good to have this global group. Folks are just coming in from all over the world, and it feels like we're like this global village.
Well, Bohan added in the group here, and so I just copied this information from him. Upcoming forks of Bitcoin. There's a ton of them. That seems to be the new thing to do. People are going, I make a ton of money just making a fork. So there's December 15th, we have Super Bitcoin coming out. December, somewhere between the 23rd and the 24th, Bitcoin Platinum comes out.
I think Santa's going to have platinum on his.
He's going to be bringing you platinum.
December
the 31st, Bitcoin Uranium comes out. January the 2nd, or a little bit later, Bitcoin Cash Plus. So Bcash Plus.
Nice.
And then the date's not known on it, but Bitcoin Silver is coming out. So those are the forks of Bitcoin that are getting to come out. I got my free Bitcoin Gold. That was kind of nice. I need to cash that in.
And Diamond? Did you get your Binance wallet yet?
No, I don't know where to get. I don't have a Binance wallet. I don't know how to do that.
I'm surprised, Garrett. You're usually jumping all over this stuff.
So I don't know. Since my Bitcoin was in my Ledger wallet, how would I get it with my Binance wallet? I don't understand. I need someone to walk me through that. So someone in the group, put some directions how I get my Bitcoin Diamond. And everybody can share that and find out how to get their Bitcoin Diamond. So that's up to somebody in the group to take care of, Tony. I don't have time to research it. I'm researching all this stuff for them.
You're doing an amazing job.
And I also want to thank our newest patron supporter, Alexander Lauren from the podcasterscoach.com. He is a new supporter of the show. You can go to cryptocousins.com/Patreon. That's Patreon. And support the show.
Thank you, Alexander.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we're hoping that we can take this show to 2-3 days a week, but we're going to need some support to do that.
And some more sleep.
Huh?
And some more sleep.
And some more sleep. And well, we're going to need to have someone we can pay to do all the editing and
Mm-hmm.
posting and stuff because we just don't have time. We don't have any more time to do another show.
Yeah. What does it take? About two or 3 minutes per minute online that we're on?
Yeah, people just
To
hear this
edit?
and go, "Oh, that's an hour." We want to be a half an hour, but it never has been a
Yeah,
half an hour.
never.
Now they're getting like an hour, but people go, it's an hour at a time. No, there's a lot more time involved in that. But yeah, if you want to support what we're doing, go to cryptocousins.com/Patreon, Patreon, and you can say, I want to donate $1 a month, I want to donate $5 a month, whatever you want to give us.
Cool.
Hey, we have some messages this week, Tony. Our first one is an email message from Brian Jones, and he says, "Random question. Is this really a random question? I have to ask. That's my question. I have lots of old computer hardware laying around, some decent GPUs as well, a 290X and a 480. If I were to set up a machine to test these out, would you recommend Ethos OS or just install Linux and Geth?" And to be honest with all the audience out there, I have no idea what he's asking personally. So all I know is he has some old computers laying around. So I'm going to let Tony answer this one.
Well, that's a great use case because I think that's how most people start. I know that's how I started. My son moved out of the house, left behind a gaming computer with a NVIDIA GTX 980 FTW and basically one of the fastest GPUs until this year when they started coming out with the 10 series. So I plugged that into NiceHash, and NiceHash runs under Windows and Linux. Doesn't run under Mac because there's not a lot of GPU support on a Mac. You plug it in, and it figures out, you do what's called the benchmark, and it figures out, well, which GPUs you have, which graphics cards are on your computer.
What does GPU stand for?
Graphics Processing Unit.
Oh, thanks. I never knew that.
Oh, yeah. So that's what a GPU is. And I think soon they're going to coin the phrase MPU, Mining Processing Unit. That's just what I think. Maybe I'll just coin it right now. Because really a mining processing unit is any bit of hardware that solves the problems on the blockchain, that does the proof of work. So anyway, what I like about NiceHash is that it figures it out. So they create a marketplace, and people who don't want to buy any GPUs or any hardware, they just want to buy hashing power and mine the coins that they like. They go to NiceHash, kind of like an eBay, and like in eBay, it says, all right, we've got a couple hundred guys here, and they have this kind of mining and that kind of mining, and this is the bid, and they say, okay, well, I'm ready to buy this kind of mining. And you just plug in your computer. You don't have to worry about bids or whatever. And it just says, we're going to mine the highest amount that we can get for you. And so you plug it in, and it figures out what your GPU can do. And it puts it into, you only give them one wallet address, and that's a Bitcoin wallet address. You give them that Bitcoin wallet address, and every couple of days, there's a minimum deposit. I think I forgot what it was, but it comes out to like $40 or something in cash these days. And then they'll make that deposit into your Bitcoin wallet. So it may be a few bucks. Most GPUs these days make up at least $1 to $3 a day. So you're talking, $30, $60, $90 on an old computer that's just sitting in the garage.
Well, that's better than having it sit in the garage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you have to be concerned about your electrical bill. I mean, some places it's expensive to run those computers. In Texas, we have cheap electricity, so it's almost inconsequential. Maybe 10 cents or so a kilowatt hour. So that's my best bet. I mean, if you know how to install EthOS, then you can go and do that too. The next step up after NiceHash is that Gary and I have used Simple Mining OS at simplemining.net. We really like that. And we've also been experimenting with Hive OS, which is a new mining operating system. We can put links to that in the show notes, Gary.
Sounds good. Hey, also, before I go to the next question, I want to thank Yusuki. He just subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
I got that thing popped on my screen telling me that. So, hey, Yusuki, Thanks for subscribing. And if you want to check out our video, we got a ton of videos on them. We record them all the time, Tony. And so they can just go to cryptocousins.com/YouTube and subscribe to our channel or watch our videos. I bet there's 20, maybe 30 on there now.
And they're really getting better and better as we go on.
Yeah, we're getting better at it.
We are.
And then we have another question here from Brian Wilder. And he says, my coin is now in my Coinbase account. When I get a different wallet, will it still show in my Coinbase account? And can you sell it through Coinbase? Okay, Brian.
We have a Coinbase expert here.
Well, you can only have your money at one place at a time. It's not going to show up in your Coinbase account and another wallet. So it's in your Coinbase account now, basically. That's in your wallet in your Coinbase account. Not saying it's the most secure wallet, but it's basically your wallet in your Coinbase account. If you move it to another wallet, whether it's a mobile wallet or a hard wallet or whatever, it's no longer in your Coinbase account. It's in the other wallet. It's just like if I have $5 in my left pocket and I take it out and put it in my right pocket, it's no longer in my left pocket. It's now in my right pocket. I think that's the easiest way to give you an example of that. And yes, you can still put it in your left pocket from your right pocket. So you can still put it in Coinbase and sell it. You just would take it out of your wallet, put it back in Coinbase, and you'd sell it. But I would recommend getting a GDAX account, personally, that's affiliated with Coinbase, and upload it to your GDAX account. And that's where I would buy it and sell it, personally. So everybody, that's a pretty simple answer, I think. Pretty simple question, simple answer. Anything you want to add to that, Tony?
I'll only complexify the answer if I try to get involved.
You'll make it hard.
Great answer, Gary.
You're a little more technical than I am. Tony's the kind of guy, or not that he's the kind of guy, but we're pretty different. I'm the kind of guy that says, oh, look at this. Let's do it. And 5 minutes later, I'm working on it. And I have no idea what I'm doing. And I don't. Tony's the kind of guy who goes, oh, look at this. We should do this. And he's going to study it a little bit, unlike me. And he's going to figure it all out. Then he's going to go do it. So we both get things done in the same amount of time. It's just that I'm figuring it out while I'm doing it. And Tony figures it out before he does it. I would say that's a good description, don't you?
I think that we complement each other really well in that way. You know, I like to set up a test miner or two and test the different algorithms and test different operating systems. And, so when it breaks, then, it's just that.
Tony's like the mad scientist.
I am. My wife is very, very compassionate, and she allows a lot of crazy stuff to happen. Our dining room table is completely filled with mining equipment, all kinds of things to build, mining frames and cases and everything. And she's okay with that.
Yeah, mine's not. If I left a computer on the table for more than one day, it would be in the garage. Mine is not. People walk into our house and they look around and they go, did y'all just clean up? Because we were coming. We go, no, this is how we live. Nothing on a counter, even a piece of paper, ever. So
nice.
Let's go to the next message. We have a voice message. And hey, if you have a question, we'd love to play it on the show. Give us a call at 747-777-9471. That's 747-777-9471. That's a lot of sevens. And what do you say about that, Tony?
I love it because I think every time you read it, you feel luckier.
Every time you dial it, you're going to get some luck, I think.
I think so.
Hey, let's listen to the message.
What's up, Crypto Cousins? Just a question here. I just got into the crypto game, about 200 worth of Bitcoin today. My main question was, what's the big difference between Bitcoin and Litecoin and the sub-users of Bitcoin? I guess I don't know what you would call them. Just would love to hear your feedback. Appreciate the podcast. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Okay, Tony. I'm going to let you answer this one.
Well, there's a lot of words for the altcoins. We're not going to use that word online. We're doing very well, Gary. We haven't had an explicit. We're not explicitly rated, so we're not going to use those words. But the altcoins, I like to call them the clone coins, because you got Bitcoin. It's doing this amazing job of being able to transfer money anywhere on the planet, transfer a message to someone else, whether you call it money or cryptocurrency or just value. You're transferring value from one person to another. The new coins, they try to solve a problem that the developer feels is there, whether it's Bcash, and if they felt like Bitcoin wasn't doing their job becoming a transactional network, or whether it's Bitcoin Gold, where they felt like all of the power was in the miners and that they wanted to make mining great again and let everybody mine on their gaming computer. You have to really look at the motivations of the altcoin person. So, like, what is their goal? Like, why is there Bitcoin Diamond? Why is there going to be Bitcoin Silver? Like, what is their goal? What problem do they feel that they're solving that they couldn't solve with a Bitcoin improvement protocol? Some of the brightest minds on the planet are working on additions to Bitcoin, side chains, ways to incorporate Bitcoin. Gary and I are very excited. Actually, I'm very excited. Gary doesn't know yet, but there's a new plugin for WordPress that's still in development that's going to make WooCommerce the best place to take Bitcoin. It's going to work on the Lightning Network, and you're going to get your money. You're going to get your crypto in like a few seconds, Gary. It's going to be amazing. It's a game changer. And yeah, so I'm looking at that right now. They're still in early beta, maybe even alpha, but I saw a video of it working, and it was like anything. You can take Bitcoin, you can take Litecoin, you can take coins that support the Lightning Network. So yeah, it's just you have to do your due diligence. You know, there's probably, I said over 1,000 altcoins. Maybe now there's over 1,100, 1,200 altcoins. People have dreams. You know, the developers have dreams. They're like, hey, I want to make my own cryptocurrency. And so each one has a different use case, and you have to study it.
Excellent. Hey, that's a good answer. I hope that answered your question. Hey, when people call in, leave your name. We don't know who you are. So leave your name. Okay, Tony, you know what? Here's our problem with everything on this show. We can't keep it under 30 minutes.
No, we really can't.
I mean, that's our goal. I think our goal was actually like 25 minutes. We've never hit the 30 minutes, and we're having a hard time hitting 45 minutes. So I think we ought to be trying to wrap this up and getting close to it. So is there anything you want to add in particular?
I would say definitely check out our YouTube videos because we're learning and we're teaching at the same time. And so I think that some of them are a good introduction to the topic.
I agree completely. And don't forget to visit our Facebook group. I'm telling you, we have a very involved group there at cryptocousins.com/Facebook group. Or just go on Facebook and search Crypto Cousins. We have a page and a group. I'd recommend joining both, but the group is the one that's growing really, really fast. Find our podcast on iTunes at cryptocousins.com/iTunes, on cryptocousins.com/Android if you're on Android, and don't forget our Patreon page at cryptocousins.com/Patreon, Patreon. Call us with a question, 747-777-9471. I think that's everything there. And also, we were supposed to have John McAfee on this show, Tony, and he emailed me and said he was sick, and actually I saw him on another show. He told me he was doing another show called InfoWars. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was on that, and he was sick as a dog. I mean, he was coughing the whole time. He looked terrible. So he was sick, but he messaged me or emailed me and said he'd come on and record with us tomorrow, which would put him on next week's show. We'll find out, if he's going to be here or not. But that's the schedule now for John McAfee, is to be on next week's show. But I'm thinking if John doesn't come, I think it might be cool to do a whole show with questions from listeners. What do you think, Tony?
I think that's a great idea because listeners have some amazing questions.
Yeah, and some of them are simple. Like I'd have never thought about answering the Coinbase question. I would have never thought of that as a question. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. And if you're not a newbie, you can't see what a newbie sees. So if you have any questions, because if we don't do it next week, we'll do it sooner or later. So make sure and call us at 747-777-9471. I'd rather have questions in your guys' voices than me reading all the questions are. You can just email us or put it on the group page or whatever. So we'll see. I don't know what next week's show will be, so we'll find out then.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, since we can't keep half an hour, we need to get out of here, dog.
We're gonna. It's a half hour if you listen to us at 2x.
Yes.
Most podcasting apps you can do 1.5x, 2x. I listen to everything at 2x.
Oh,
so
before we leave, I do want to make sure and say, hey, I'm going to be in San Diego around March the 1st, which is my birthday. Is March the 1st, as you know, Tony. That's your wife's birthday too. And I'm out there for Social Media Marketing World. That's like the world's biggest social media event. And I want to do a Crypto Cousins meetup while I'm in San Diego down near the convention center. So if we have any cousins that live in San Diego, I need someone to help me set this up and run this meetup. So if you are, let me know, and let's get together and set this meetup up for San Diego and have all our California cousins come join us. And that's all I have, Tony.
Cool. Well, fantastic. Well, we'll see you next week.
Adios, muchachos.
The Crypto Cousins podcast and information in the podcast are not intended as investment advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Always seek professional advice before making any investment. Investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies may present tremendous risks. Please understand that you are using any and all information available on or through the Crypto Cousins podcast at your own risk.